Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I'd like to thank everybody for the comments on all the videos, but especially on the video that I put up the other day about the thrift store and my fail, that I bought things I didn't need to buy. A lot of you guys said that no, it wasn't really a fail. I could use these things or take them to trade, or maybe go to a flea market. Good ideas. Some I thought of, some I hadn't really thought of. I appreciate your comments and your words of encouragement. But once again, as I made those other videos earlier today, it's funny how life presents things at certain times. In my inbox was a email from the Minimalist. And they talked about letting go. And they talked about letting go of stuff that you have that you no longer use. They say, why are you storing it? Why do you have it stuffed in a box, stacked in a closet or in a garage? Why are you holding on to it? They said, a beautiful sunset or sunrise only lasts so long and then it's gone. He says that's just the way it is. Nothing's permanent here in life. So why do we hold on? But the thing is, when you think about letting go, it's not just things. Sometimes you got to let go of stuff that's in your head, ideas, beliefs that no longer serve their purpose. And when you think about prepping, and you say, well, what's the reason you're prepping? Somebody asked me that question. And I like to use a response that I heard on the Point of View show about survivalists back in the 80s. He said, the reason you want to survive is because you find yourself a worthwhile individual. You want to take care of you and your loved ones. And you want to make sure your way of life survives. But, the whole idea is that you yourself hold yourself to be worthwhile, that you want to survive. A lot of people say, oh, if it's going to get that bad, I don't want to live through that. I always say, I want to see how it all ends. It's like going to a movie. You don't want it to stop in the middle of the movie. You want to see how it ends. I mean, if society's going to crumble and you're in the middle of it, don't you want to see how it ends? I know I do. But back to the letting go. Some people are saying that some of the videos I'm getting sucked into the conspiracy theories, or I'm getting sucked in and just buying stuff because they want to scare me. It's like I tell them no. I'll watch an Alex Jones video, but then I'll research the facts to see if what he says is true or not. Of course, you can't spend all your life researching everything. So, once again, balance. You got to do what works for you. And a lot of people, they don't even bother. They have their heads buried in the sand or some other places that may be warm, about body temperature, and very dark. I think you know what I'm talking about. But, once again, that's their choice. And if that's how they choose to live their lives, so be it. Does it affect me? Not really, how they choose to live their life. If it does, then I have to take action. The appropriate action. At the appropriate time. But letting go, I mean, I have way too much stuff. And yeah, I did a yard sale, got rid of some things. And then, just the other day, like I said, I acquired another bag, and in fact, I'm actually wearing the pants. They fit right and they're comfortable. So maybe that wasn't going to be a fail after all because I'm using them, but that just means a different pair of pants goes in the drawer. Some people have that, if I haven't used it in 6 months, if I haven't used it in a year, if I haven't used it in 12 months or 24 months, 2 years. If I were to apply that, I would have very little. Very little. And maybe that would be better. I don't know. I don't think so. Because see, with prepping, you got to find that balance. I mean, you've seen I had a box of knives. You know, maybe in ending times, maybe I would barter them. Maybe I'd wind up breaking so many knives, it's a good thing I have 24 or however many there are. I kind of doubt it, but you know, maybe if I connected with a few neighbors or whatever and we had to put together our own little band, group, militia, army, whatever you want to call it, and maybe I could share some with those who don't have them, but I would suspect anybody of that mindset would have their own knife. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So letting go of stuff, sometimes we make it hard to do because we attach sentimental value to it. Or there's that one thing, talk about the sunk costs, where you've already spent money, so you hold on to it and it costs you money to keep it. And that's why the mini warehouse industry is huge. I mean, when you think about it, it is kind of lunacy. Here's somebody that spends $30 or more a month to rent out a little space. What are they? 4 by 8, 8 by 10 or whatever. Just to put stuff in it that they might only access once or twice a year. I mean, that's pretty crazy when you think about it. Wow, if you're not using it, why are you holding on to it? I mean, it really is crazy. And I think only in America could you find people crazy enough to do that. And maybe there's good reasons to hold on to things like that. For example, let's say you have a business and you know you've got inventory that you don't have enough space in your storefront, or maybe you work out of an apartment and that's where you keep your inventory, but chances are you're probably there a couple times a week shipping, picking out, you know, items to ship to your customers. So that might be a legitimate use for a mini warehouse. But just for stuff, extra couches and chairs, I mean, if you're not using them now, chances are you're not going to be using them. And we've got a visitor here. Check this out, YouTube. The deer's back. That's the baby, so the mama must be around somewhere. Can you believe that? I'm sitting here making a video and these guys just come right in the yard. Now he's looking back at me. Where's Mama is the question. Actually, the real question is, where's Papa? Because it is hunting season. That's the real question. He's getting brave and coming towards. You know, it's really interesting, fellow preppers. So you can see the deer is brown and how well it blends in to the background and off in the backyard. Well, anyway, back to the point. Let's see. I was talking about letting go of stuff. And stuff that you own. And stuff that maybe you believe that no longer serves its purpose. So, my question to you is, do you fall into that category? Is that applicable to you? Or maybe you've taken care of business, cleaned house, cleaned the garage. But I mean, you've seen the stuff. I mean, why don't I just show it to you? All that stuff on the carport needs to be put away. The John Deere and a bunch of electric wire. It's like, why am I keeping that wire? Well, I might sometime in the future put up another little building or use it when I put up some solar. I'll need that wire. And there's a lot of things. I bought those new ramps sitting up against the wall. If I have to put the John Deere in the back of the pickup, I just put the ramps out. A lot of stuff. Don't know if you can really classify tools that way unless you go overboard. Yes, I know, I've gotten a few of those 25-cent Craftsman screwdrivers at thrift sales and yard sales and gone back to Sears and traded them in for brand new ones. Did I need them? No. I just like doing it. Maybe I should stop that habit. But then again, I could take those to a flea market and probably sell those screwdrivers that I paid a quarter for $1 or $2. Or maybe I could trade them for something worth even more. It's a balance. What works for me might not work for you. You have to figure it out on your own. And somebody else, I guess maybe I should make a separate video. They asked why I make these videos. They say, you sure make a lot of videos. And they said maybe I was like the Fuller brush salesman knocking on a bunch of doors. But I usually confine my videos, I think, to the topics of prepping, and then I guess my political views, and trading the financial markets. Sometimes I might venture out, but those are usually the main three areas. I don't even do current events as much as I used to because they're just a repeat. We all know what's going on. And just today, they were people talking about how some people are accusing the government of shaking and baking with the employment numbers. We all know they do it. It's proven fact. All you have to do is look at history. You see what they say, and then you see the revisions, and their estimates are so far off, it's just not even funny. So we all know that 7.8% unemployment's a joke. They're trying to justify it, but it's wrong. So that's why I don't even hardly fool around with current events anymore. Maybe I'll start posting about them again. I don't know. But anyway, stuff. Letting go. If you don't have anything that serves its purpose, then let it go. Should be simple. Don't make it difficult. I already did a video on stuck. Stuck is, you're stuck in your mind if you can't let go. So unstuck. Get unstuck. And remember, fellow preppers, if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail.